welcome to tonight's live stream. My name is Donald Ezechukwu. I always talk about agriculture and everything you need to know about agriculture. Yes, I'm an agriculture enthusiast. I am a farmer, a lecturer. So tonight we are going to talk about something very, very fundamental, something very, very what? Important, something fundamental. Yeah, we are talking about soil health. We are going to talk about soil health tonight. So please, if you can hear me, please indicate by just dropping a comment in the comment section. Yeah, if you can hear me loud and clear, let's talk about soil health and the as the foundation of every successful farm. So welcome to tonight's live stream. Many farmers believe that the secret of high yield is fertilizer, but the truth is this: fertilizer cannot fix unhealthy soil. If your soil is weak, compacted, or biologically dead, crops will struggle no matter how much fertilizer you supply, no matter how much fertilizer you apply. Today, we will discuss soil health, the real foundation of every successful farm. So, if you understand the topic or this topic, your crop will grow better, your fertilizer will work better, your farm will become more productive. Yes, your farm will become more productive. So, today we are discussing a very important topic, like I said, soil health. Many farmers pay attention to fertilizers, pesticide, and improved seeds, but they ignore the condition of the soil itself. The soil is not just dirt. Soil is a living system that contains minerals, organic matters, microorganisms, air, and water. When the soil is healthy, crops grow stronger, resist diseases better, and produce higher yields. In today's session, we will discuss the following: what makes the soil, healthy? What makes the soil healthy? The difference between soil texture and soil structure, the role of microorganisms in soil, signs of unhealthy soil, simple ways farmers can restore soil fertility. These are some of the things we are going to talk about. I repeat, in today's section, we will discuss what makes the soil healthy, the difference between soil texture and soil structure, the role of microorganisms in soil, signs of unhealthy soils, simple ways farmers can restore soil fertility. And at the end, we will take your questions. Please don't forget to ask questions. We are here to do what? To solve your problems, your agriculture. We are trying to be the solution to your agricultural problems. So do not hesitate to drop your questions in the comment section. So once again, I am Dr. Donald Ihatero. Yeah, your farm enthusiast, your solution to agricultural problems. Section 1: what makes soil healthy? We are just going to spend just 3 to 4 minutes here. So what exactly makes soil healthy? A healthy soil has important characteristics. There are some important characteristics of what? Healthy soils. First, it contains balanced nutrients that plants need for what? Growth. These nutrients include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and several other micronutrients. Second, healthy soil has good what? Structure. A healthy soil has what? Good structure. This means the soil particles are arranged in a way that allows roots to what? Grow easily. Third, healthy soils contain organic matter, such as decomposed plant materials and what? Manure. Organic matter improves the soil fertility and helps the soil to what? Hold water. It's organic matter that helps the soil to hold water. So the more the organic matter content of your soil, the better it is. So the fourth one is healthy soil has good drainage and aeration. This is one special attribute of what a healthy soil. Once the soil is healthy, drainage will always be what very very easy. It can never be what waterlogged. So plants need both water and oxygen in the root zone, and the only way you can have both water and oxygen in the root zone is when you have what a well aerated what soil with good what drainage. Finally, healthy soil supports biological life, including microorganisms that help recycle nutrients. You know, the job of microorganisms is the soil. They help to do what? Recycle nutrients. They help to recycle nutrients. It's one of their what? Duties in the soil. So, having said that, when these conditions are present, the soil becomes productive and what? Sustainable. The soil can only be productive and sustainable when all these characteristics are found in that soil. Section 2, soil texture versus soil what structure. Another 5 minutes to discuss this. Soil texture versus soil structure. What is soil texture? What is soil structure? We are going to find it out now. So many people confuse soil structure with what soil texture, but they are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. Soil texture refers to the size of what the soil particles, the size of the soil particles. That's what soil texture is all about. That's why you can see this one is sandy, this one is loam, this one is what clay. Those particles are what determines what soil texture. There are three main soil particle types: sand, silt, and what clay. I've mentioned that. Sandy soils have large particles and drain water quickly. Yes, and that is why they are not sometimes good for what agriculture. Sandy soil, they have good aeration, good drainage, and they tend to do what lose moisture so easily. Clay soils have very small particles and hold water strongly. They hold water so strongly, I mean clay, and that is why they are also not so good for what agriculture, because they can what they easily get water logged because of what the fine particles of the what of the soil. Then we have the what silt and the silt soil, which the silt soils are intermediate. They are in between the what clay and the sand, and most times they're the best for agriculture. They are so silt, the combination of these particles determine what the soil texture. Now let us talk about soil structure. Soil structure refers to how these particles are arranged or grouped together. How they are arranged or grouped together. It's what we refer to as what soil structure. Good soil structure forms small aggregates or crumbs. Good soil structure forms small aggregates or crumbs. These aggregates create space that allows water infiltrate and roots to what grow. Yeah, these aggregates create spaces. Yeah, they create spaces that allow water to infiltrate and roots to what grow. Poor soil structure leads to compacted soil, which restricts roots and reduces what productivity. You know, you don't need to plant where the roots of the plant will be as is restricted. So remember, texture is about particle sizes, while structure is about particles what arrangement. Let's look at section 3. The role of soil microorganisms. This is about one of the most important, the roles of microorganisms, which I somehow summarized at the beginning of the lecture, that they help to do what? Recycle nutrients. One of the most fascinating aspects of soil is that it is full of life. Soils are, I repeat, I repeat, healthy soils contain, but then, so I say healthy soils contain millions of microorganisms. These include bacteria, fungi, and all the rest of them. And most of these are what? Beneficial. They are beneficial. So these microorganisms perform several important functions. First, they decompose organic matter. I have said this. Yeah, when I mentioned them recycling what nutrients, I said first they decompose organic matter, releasing nutrients that plants can what absorb. Second, some microorganisms help fix nitrogen from the atmosphere into the what soil, especially in legumes. This is especially in legumes into what um let me put it this way so that every person will understand. They help to convert atmospheric nitrogen into the type of nitrogen that plants are able to do what absorb. So third, they contain fungi, as in the fungi form that are beneficial. Let me put it this way. Third, certain fungi form beneficial relationship with the plant roots, helping them absorb nutrients more efficiently. Fourth, microorganisms help suppress harmful pathogens in the soil. In simple terms, microorganisms act like the natural workforce of the soil. They help to do what? Keep the soil what? Balanced. Yeah. They when we say that soils are living, when we describe the soil as a living thing, we describe it as a living thing because there are microorganisms in the soil. And any soil that is devoid of microorganisms is what? Dead. That soil is dead. It can't even produce anything. So for a soil to remain alive, all these microorganisms must be what? Fully intact. And that is why you need to be very careful with things you do what? You add to your soil. Don't add things that will do what? That will kill your soil. So, having said that, when soil biological activity is high, nutrient cycling becomes more efficient and crop growth what? Improves. It's as simple as that. So let's quickly look at section what? 4. Signs of unhealthy soil. The other day we talked about signs of healthy soil. That was yesterday. Today we are talking about signs of unhealthy soil. What are the signs of unhealthy soil? So how can a farmer recognize unhealthy soil? That's the question. But the essence of this lecture or the essence of this live stream is to make farmers able to do what? To recognize when their soil is has nutrients, when it's active, when their soil is functional. So what are those ways you can determine that can help show whether your soil is functional or not? So there are several warning signs. One common sign is poor plant growth, even when fertilizers are applied. Even when fertilizers are applied, yeah, the growth there's still poor plant growth. That's one of the signs of a bad soil. Another sign is hard and compacted soil that is difficult to what? Dig. Unhealthy soil may also show poor water infiltration, where water either runs off the surface or remains stagnant. These are some of the signs of unhealthy soil. Another indicator is low earthworm activity. If you see a soil that has no earthworm, no crickets, and some of all those burrowing animals, little microorganisms that burrow into the soil, there is what? A very big problem. Yes, the presence of earthworm, crickets, and some other ants shows what? A healthy soil. So finally, soils that are very low in organic matter often appear pale and lifeless. When these signs are present, it usually means the soil needs improvement. Usually means the soil needs what? Improvement. Section 5. Simple ways to restore soil fertility. Simple ways to restore soil fertility. How do you restore the fertility of your soil once you notice that this soil is not good? Do you just abandon the soil? No, you cannot abandon your soil. So what are those things you do to restore your soil? The good news is that soil health can be improved. I personally have worked on soils that were once very, very poor, but today those soils are very productive, even more than the most productive soil you can ever think about. There are several simple practices farmers can adopt. First, add organic matter such as compost, farmyard manure, or plant residue. Try to, in fact, I will tell you, your farmyard manure, pour them there. All those things from your kitchen, or all those things you sweep from your compound, always do what? Pour them on that poor soil. With time, the soil will do what? Come back to life. Yes, organic matter improve both soil fertility and soil structure. Second, practice crop rotation. By the time you pour all this organic matter, sometimes you leave it for 1 year, 2 years, and come back. By that time, all those things you dump there must have what? Decomposed. So growing different crops in sequence helps balance soil nutrients and reduce pest buildup. Third, avoid burning crop residue. Avoid burning crop residue. By the time you leave the residue there, they stay there and decompose. That helps you. So do not burn your what? Crop residue. So stop burning your crop what? Residue. Grow different crops in sequence. Helps balance soil nutrient and residue and reduce them pest buildup. Please just move them out. So, third, avoid burning crop residue. I've mentioned that burning destroys valuable organic matter and soil organisms. Fourth, use mulching. Mulching is very, very important. Use mulching. Mulching helps you to do what? Reclaim bad soils. Most people don't understand this. In fact, if your soil is very bad, if you want to reclaim it, use plant residue to do what? Mulch. Don't go for synthetic mulching. Don't go for plastic mulching. Use plant materials to mulch so that as you mulch, as they decay, they do what? They help to do what? Improve the soil fertility, improve your soil structure and what? Soil texture. That's very, very important. So mulch protects the soil from erosion, conserves moisture, and improves soil biological activity. Fifth, avoid excessive tillage. Do not do what? Over-cultivate. If your soil is poor, do not over-cultivate. Too much cultivation breaks down soil structure. Finally, where possible, farmers should conduct soil testing to understand the nutrient status of their soil. This is very, very important, especially for those that would want to go into commercial agriculture. If you want to go into commercial agriculture, please cultivate the habit of testing your soil before cultivation. Is very important. These practices gradually restore soil health and improve farm productivity. Now, what is the key message for today? The key message today is simple. Fertilizers are important, but they cannot replace healthy what? Soils. If farmers focus only on fertilizers and ignore soil health, productivity will eventually decline. But when farmers invest in building healthy soil, their farms become more productive, more resilient, and more sustainable. This is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. So, in conclusion, or say to summarize today's discussion, healthy soils contain balanced nutrients, good structure, organic matter, and active microorganisms. Farmers should monitor the condition of their soil and adopt practices that can improve soil fertility over time. Remember this principle. Healthy soil leads to healthy crop, and healthy crops lead to better yield. Yes, healthy soil leads to healthy crops, and healthy crops lead to better yields. Remember this principle. Thank you very much for joining today's live stream. Now, I would like to take your questions. I want to take your questions. If you have any, ask me. From now, I have about 10 minutes to take questions. Yes. And if you have any question about the soil health, about soil health, soil fertility, or crop production, please drop them in the chat. And do not forget, if you found this live stream interesting, do not forget to share. Do not forget to encourage others to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to do that for us. You never can tell the farmer who may need a little information we pass it. So we are here to take your questions. So we are expecting your questions. Your question will help us direct our discussion to what our listeners, what my subscribers want. Okay. So we are taking questions now. What we discussed today is we are discussing soil health. Yeah, soil health as one of the backbone of successful agriculture. So we are taking questions now. If you have any question relating to soil health, soil fertility, we would be glad to take that. So, do not forget the principle: healthy soil leads to healthy crops, and healthy crops lead to better yield. Healthy soils, healthy soil leads to healthy crops, and healthy crops leads to better yield. That's the conclusion, the high point of our discussion today. So if you're just joining us, if you have any question on soil health, we'll be glad to take that. We'll be glad to take that. So we are trying to take questions. Someone asked me, look, them, what's in the window? Look back there. That's a reflection of my altar in the window. Yeah, it's actually in the front. All you see is a reflection. Yes. So don't be scared about that. So we are a praying people. So we are expecting your questions. If there's no question, we'll end the live stream here, hoping that your questions would come in the live stream replay. Yes. Okay. Thank you once again. I think since we don't have any question here now, I shall be expecting maybe your question uh, when you must have replayed our live stream for today. Once again, we are very, very grateful for your. We are very, very grateful. So we come online here at 5 p.m. Nigeria time every day, 5 p.m. West African time. We come online every day, but on Sundays we come online by 9 o'clock. So keep uh, day to always come around because we are always here for you. We are always here to give you that information you need about agriculture. We are always here to solve your agricultural problems. So if you really understand what I discussed in today's live stream, how you would reclaim a bad soil, how you would reclaim a soil with bad structure and bad texture, just let us know. I'm expecting your questions, and if you don't have any, then answer mine. How would you reclaim your bad soil? And I want to ask you one simple question. Have you ever seen a very poor soil before? Have you seen a bad soil? Have you ever worked on a bad soil? How did you feel? What was your experience like? And how were you able to overcome that? How were you able to overcome that? If you've had a bad soil before, worked on a bad soil, let us know how you were able to overcome that in the comment section, in the chat. Let's make it interactive. Yeah. Okay. Someone asked, "Where are you from?" I am talking. I'm talking to you from Nigeria. Okay. So at this point, I want to believe every other question can come after the live stream. So see you tomorrow by 5 p.m. West African time. Yeah, see you tomorrow by 5 p.m. West African time. And next Sunday, okay, we come online every 5 p.m. 5 p.m. every day, 5 p.m. daily. And on Sundays, we come online by 9 p.m. So always come back, always visit our channel so that we can discuss agriculture. Yeah, whatever you want us to discuss about agriculture with regards to tropics, the tropics. Yeah, with regards to the tropics, bring it on. We are here to discuss that with you. Thanks and remain blessed. See you tomorrow by 5 p.m. God bless you.